I would say it's more socialist. Because government does not play a part in what I'm doing for these people. But there isn't no involvement from the community. There's definitely involvement from the community. It's just, you know, it's not like in your face about it, I guess is how I feel. All right. Back to Festinius. This is a safe spot, and then I can show you something. I'm sure you're going to come back at this point. You seem invested. I got to show you this factory. Hopefully this will be loaded before you return. Yes. I got to just delete that. That's too bad. Lost mighty dangerous creatures. I'm going to load this, and by the time you come back, I'll be inside
It's crashed way too much, aha.
I know. This will be the last one. I'm sorry I've made you watch so many crashes. It's almost predictable when it's going to crash, too. Remember when you said, and I agreed, let's quick save while I'm on the bridge. Yeah, that quick save was corrupted. You can't load it. This is the Festinius save, where I'm deep down south in the Murkwater, which is a separate cell I could build to my contain. I wish I could show you the blood bank. That's one of my favorite goddamn places. At least I got to show you Somerville Place. Now I'm going to show you in my top 5, probably my second favorite settlement I ever built. And it's just for me. There's very, very few people there. And it was only like a test of concept that they're there. There was this forbidden technology somebody was selling me, shady backroads guy, and he's like, do you want to just like make settlers? And I was like, I'm interested in what you're saying, but deeply concerned by the implication. He's like, build this in your town. Tell it what you want it to make, and it will happen. I was intrigued by this man's convincing argument and interesting wares. So I built one in my town, and I slapped it a couple of times, set to women, and it worked. Random women just fucking evaporated in front of me, and I was like, holy shit, it actually works. So that's the only reason there are any citizens in this settlement I'm about to show you. They were magically teleported here. Ah, yes. Here we are. Festinius, the coward.
Another day of hard work.
Nah, fuck you, Festinius. Now, I will show you one of my very favorites. I liked this area because of its real estate. It's large. You had a lot of room to stomp around and build in. That's why it was perfect. I said to myself, I need an industrial complex where I can construct anything my mind can conceive of at a whim. And then that same salesman showed up. He's like, you want to build in Starlight Drive-In? I'm like, you're really helpful. Where have I seen you before? He's like,
I'm just gonna watch you play while I lay down low.
And he was right. He was right. This is the place. God, I hope this loads. God, I hope this loads. I want to show you this place. I'm going to turn on the evaporators. I'm going to kick on the day tripper, flip on the radio. Me and Longfellow spent literally hours just getting wasted and talking about bullshit watching this thing churn out nukes for us. Like, we melted this island. Yeah, here we are. So this is where I like to start, right here, and you can tell what I'm into. My character's favorite stuff is all set up. Steak, got some chems here of a varying degree. There's a couple people puttering around. The cleaning stations.
Farming's as honest work gets.
This is my first synth provisioner, and he's the best. This is the complex, as I call it.
Huh?
Every store you could imagine, but this is the real moneymaker, literally. I go over here, decide what I want, and then I make it so. Today I want Day Tripper. And I want nukes. Like strong nukes. Let's see here. Exotic. Explosives. I love explosives. Those are good. No, I need something that can destroy a person forever. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, no, that's the one. I'll take it. Alright. And then all I do is boop. Look carefully. Oh my god. There they go. I feel like I programmed this wrong. Is that making full-on broadsiders? I feel like that's making full-on broadsiders. I don't want that. There is a way to set this so you can make it not do that. You just set it to something it doesn't have the capacity to build. Unfortunately, it looks like it has the capacity to build every fucking thing. I don't know what I can make it not build. You know, it's fine. Let it make broadsiders. I also would like some Day Tripper, please. Fresh off the presses, Day Tripper is like the best high. Let's take a look in here. Those are my batteries. Don't mind them. They wiggle. Yeah, that's the one. This is the best. Look at these ingredients, too. Tarberry, hub flower, mute fruit, rubber, and fiberglass. Okay, that's straight poison. But everything up until then, delicious fruits. I'll take it. Fire it up. Produce for me some Day Tripper, please. Not seeing it. This is actually one of the rarer ingredients. Like raw tawberries. It's actually really rare. Yeah. I think I might be out. Let me take a look. Oof. Yeah, I don't have enough. Oh, that's too bad. In the meantime, though, all this stuff basically goes down the old conveyor belt, like so. I'll take that. Gets all cleaned up. Meanwhile, everyone's sleeping. They don't need to see me doing this stuff. I mean, having any citizens kind of feels like a liability when you're producing so much dangerous stuff at once. But I could basically make anything I wanted to in this manner. That's why I love this place. This is like one of my favorite places. And then when, and it will happen, somebody finally figures out there's like way too many supplies in this place and they decide to try and rob me, I can have a rebuttal to that. All the hoppers aside, what do we do if people come to get you, right? Is that still producing guns? It is. Repeating broadsiders. Oh my god. Like weapons that should never have existed. This, if you actually recognize it, is actually a monument that you can only find in Bunker Hill. And this is a brand new car that I decided to just build. It's like the most ridiculous tiny one. You can wait out there, Gravy. I like to just have a little something. Because obviously this is a very, very valuable place. I have multiple sniper spots that I can just kind of peek out here with. To make sure there's nobody out there watching me produce like entire batches of Day Tripper fresh off the frickin' presses. And look at that moon. Gorgeous. Enormous. Yeah, this is one of my favorite settlements. Now, what's another one that I really like? I really want to show you that, but I can't. The game will instantly crash if I do. I actually really liked this one. Notice there's only 3 people. That's fine. Because of Mongo. Mongo is a special friend that you can have in any game, even vanilla, but he's special. You have to be a little bit lucky. Basically, he's a feral that actually is friendly. You can't have any allies with you when you find Mongo. They'll just shoot him. They don't understand how special he is. But if you get there by yourself, you can just build a little special enclosure around Mongo, and you can always have a pet feral, which is, I think, badass. I'd love to have a pet feral. Like, not to be like those guys in Resident Evil, but I wouldn't mind feeding a douchebag to Mongo every now and then. Like some dick who came to town tried to like rape Marcy Long, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna feed you Mongo. It's fine. Here's Mongo. What up, Mongo? Mongo's a pretty cool guy. He's usually just chilling out in this bush. But yeah, look, even our companions don't really notice or pay attention to anything Mongo does, but he's a pretty cool little dude. Pretty chill little guy. He's a little free little pet you can have. This is actually an experiment in robotic engineering. Is this the catcher? The fetcher. That's right. Oh, fetcha. Can you go over there for me?
This unit is ready to serve.
All systems go?
Affirmative. Ready to serve.
Okay.
Huh. Actually, I'll be back later.
Acknowledged.
Good job, Fetcha. There should also be Katja, and I think Lulu. Ah, there you are. Warmonger. Jeez. I built some experimental robots out here, and that was kind of the goal out here. I just wanted to see if I could just have like a really low maintained robot settlement, and it's totally self-sufficient. They don't give a shit. 50% is fine because it never tips, because they're not actually unhappy, which is what the game would actually measure and then bother me with all of this. Like, sometimes this will be completely glitched and it'll say 0 happiness, 0 bed, 0 food. But all those things exist. It'd look like this, but it'd actually not be that way. It actually is that way here. I think I've been able to make it through there before to make it to Sanctuary Hills. What's the last settlement I should show you? I could show you one more settlement that I should probably call it. Nordhagen Beach. Oh, that was a hell. The Spectacle Island is also really cool looking, but Nordhagen Beach is kind of special. It was the site of that massacre that I described. So there's actually a very somber graveyard portion of the beach. The rest of the beach is just a super fun fucking petting zoo. Like complete with tiny gorilla and everything. I just remember at some point I would just show up to any settlement and I would just decide in my mind, what's the thing? What's the goal? What am I going to make happen here? Where if any stooge walked the street, they'd be able to recognize what I tried to do here. This one's idea when I walked up was, I want a petting zoo. It was a memorial too, because of the little the little bald girl that ran into the ocean and died after I brutally murdered their parents. I felt like, I don't know. This is a nice way to kind of make this a cool, nice place after the horrible things I've done. Thus, the petting zoo of Nordhagen Beach. Behold, the critters. Oh, there are critters. Lots of them. Ooh. Big ones, small ones. And you can pet any of them you want, including the gigantic rabbit. But let's not forget what really caused this. Let's go and pay our respects. You know, because whoops happened. And I do still feel kind of bad for it, truth be told. I did not want that to happen. It was a complete accident, honestly. I was just wandering around. I didn't expect the goddamn quest to become undoable, you know? Like, my bad. Sorry, parents of dead girl of Nordhagen Beach. Now then, here's the store. Here's a tiny Yawai. Look how tiny it is. Aw. And notice everyone's dressed in a suit or a highly armored dress. I find it best that way. Oh, except her. This is actually our Doogie Howser. She's the doctor. Yeah. See, she's talking to me right now. Doogie Howser's also a mute in this universe. Cure me.
Take a look at me, Doc.
No, she's a doctor. No, yes, she is. She's a doctor. No, she's a medical professional. Yes.
Just hurt all over.
Doogie says, I am a small child and shouldn't be administering this much morphine. To which you respond, yes, please. Oh, I hurt all over. And Doogie Howser just hooked you up. Boom. There you go. Way to go, Doogie. Oh my god, did you just die? Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, the tiny doctor wasn't my best idea, but I don't know. I felt like tiny doctor. I like this idea. And the whole petting zoo thing, it kind of leans into it. Thanks, tiny doctor. Very one-sided conversation. Shut up, Doogie. Hook me up with some soda, man.
If you need a weapon, you've come to the right place.
Oh! You're my salesman?
Let's
what
see
up?
what you got.
Here's what I've got.
Yeah, I guess everyone's kind of a salesman.
Clean fingernails.
How
I
was
want
that?
to trade a few things.
Finally did
Of
in
course.
the Institute. Huh? That was some overdue payback.
Oh, you know how we do.
Now that the Institute is gone, we can finally start to work on making the Commonwealth a better place for our kids. Don't much care for good neighbors.
Whoa, that went in
place
my
is
face.
nothing but trouble.
Did it work? I think it worked. Hey, giant rabbit. You look a little burnt. But hey, that's to be expected. And that is the petting zoo. It's a pretty easy base, honestly. I just basically made the bunkhouse, which is kind of like a taboo building. Did you hear that? You didn't see it, did you? But did you hear it? That was Invisible Codsworth. If you look at the ground, you'll see the bowler hat kind of sliding around here somewhere. But yes, I wasn't joking. There is an Invisible Codsworth in town somewhere. I just don't know where the fuck he is. Oh, little tiny Deathclaw. Cute. He still makes the ground shake when you get close to him, which I find hilarious. Teeny tiny Nordhagen Beach. I think I made the most of a pretty sad place, honestly. The slog. I wish I could have done more with the slog. Honestly, I just threw a house on top of it, and then I just dressed everyone up like hippies. It oddly made a lot of sense. I don't know if you've ever been to the slog, but it's like they kind of already are like that, you know? But that's enough touristing around in my old game. As much as I love that old game, burned it to the ground, and it can't grow anything anymore. It's how I feel. Like it used to be a verdant field, a fertile soil, and now it's just desiccated. And I can't go anywhere. I can't even go to certain parts of the field, and I can certainly not grow anything out of it. But man, I really had a good time with that place. God. Shredded it up. Another thing I was actually pretty proud of was Spectacle Island. But I feel like that was kind of just because of the things I had there. I had these enormous animals just wandering all over the island. Basically, the island could never be attacked because there was literally like Mirelurker queens just wandering around. Felt like that was a good solution. Another thing I didn't really realize until a little later, the reason why certain settlements were getting hit so hard is a couple of the mods would give me all of blah blah item, right? Well, as an unintended consequence of that, I'd have 300 Nuka-Cola, 300 Mirelurker steaks, or something like that. Some ridiculous number of some food. And I wouldn't really think about it, but I can't carry that around either because it has weight. So I just put it in a settlement. Unrelated, right, I think. I go wandering around, and this settlement gets attacked constantly. This is one of those secret things the game doesn't really tell you, but exists. Did you know that when you have a lot of food and water in a settlement, just stored in it, it slightly raises the percentage of chance that you will have that settlement be attacked? Dependent on how much? So if you were to deposit 300 cooked Mirelurk steaks, that would raise your chance of being attacked. I don't know exactly how much I'm going to freeball it, like 30%? Roughly?